Hello, hello. Test, test, test. Apologies, you just seen the absolute mess that is this room. Just been trying to mess about with getting the green screen working, but I've not quite got the light. So I've still got this lovely shadow that you can see here, and it projects through onto the green screen, so it's fine. I'll do a little bit more playing about another time. But welcome. Plan today. I'm going to do some more music production, looking at the track I was working on the other day. If you've not seen that one, then that's fine. You'll get to see the whole thing again. Let me just check some of my levels. Just going to boost my audio just a touch. That should do, hopefully. And yeah, we're going to get stuck straight in and doing some mixing and kind of some finalization. And then hopefully I'll get to release this one. And yeah, people can kind of get stuck in. So let me see what cams we've got going. That's a little bit messy. That's fine. Chop some of this off. One of the reasons I wanted to get the green screen working, chopped myself off too much, is just to give a bit more screen real estate when we're looking at, there we are, when we're looking at, yeah, stuff like this. So you've got all this stuff behind me would be gone. You could see a little bit more of what's going on in the bottom right. So anyway, it is what it is. So welcome. Going to play this track through and see what people think. Mindful, I'm pretty much talking to no one as of this, but I'm mainly talking for the people who watch it on YouTube. So let's have a little listen to this. Check some sound. Bit quiet. Better. That's better. Silence. There's some kind of sustained piano note though, which I'll deal with. But yeah, lovely. It started off as very rubbish, I'll be honest, the way that stream started. But in the last kind of like 40, let me just bring the levels down a touch. Sorry. A little bit too crispy sounding. Might be a bit better. So yeah, in that final half an hour of the stream, I kind of really brought it to life. And yeah, hopefully get to kind of carry on doing that. So let's have a little look. So it starts off very slow. Obviously gets a little bit built up. So this was kind of just some sketching. If I'm going to start doing some mixing and stuff on it, I don't know why the audio sounds a little bit strange. One sec. Try and make it a little bit better. Yeah, hopefully this is a little bit more normal sounding. Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. Okay, so I need to build and put a bit of structure in this. It's already there, but it just needs to visually have it so I can kind of bounce around. So what I'll do is, I've already got all of this stuff up here. Let's mute some of these off. Bit tidying up. So I'm just going to now, using the markers, just plop some stuff in. So we got one. That's the intro. fine. Okay, I'll look at doing the mixing in a sec. I've got some markers now, so I know, like, okay, at each of those markers, something's happening. Either the texture's increasing, or, you know, there's some type of change, whatever it is. So that's fine. So what I can do then is look at the individual elements. Now, the way this track is, it's kind of builds texture. So I can look at what starts first. So we've got some plucked stuff down here. I'm going to get rid of some of this MIDI. It's fine, just to tidy it up a little bit for you guys to look at. All right, so this was, what key was this in initially? That's B flat major, it can't be major. Can't even remember what key it was. I transposed it too many times, so I forgot the original key. But yeah, so that's the chord section. And then, of course, on top of that, we had this nice little, like, sustain thing. Two together. And then, rather than getting into the kind of the full thing of it, let's listen to it and make sure that there's nothing weird and wonderful happening with these. So it sounded a bit off there. Hear that? A little bit kind of a wibbly wobbly woo. It's very technical terminology, but so let's see. Not quite sure what's happened there. So there's a little bit of dissonance between some notes there. So what I'll do, let's glue some of it together just so we can kind of look at it as one. And then MIDI. All right, let's see what's going on there. Something weird there. That probably come forward, and then that. Something like that. Let's have a listen. And then back into that, presumably. Something like that. I like the bit of like increase there, but it's too much. So a little bit too much. Do another sweep. Don't know why we've got a double. Same type of thing. So just need to note adding that. And there's probably going to be a trend here. Now, as far as I'm aware, I'm going to get rid of some of these overlaps. Okay, maybe not. And then just, if this was the same notes again and again with no variation, I feel like it might be. I might then just copy paste it and have a little look. So let's have a glance at this. So there's not really any variation after a bit of a key change there. So I think what I need to do, and this is really lazy, but I'll trim this off here. This is a section I've just fixed, so I'll duplicate it there. And then this is why markers are handy, although I've made a bit of a boo-boo there. Yeah, it will see it. So this now needs to get shifted up. There we are. So no weird and wonderful issues there. The bass line stops a bit here, which is strange. I'll look at that in a sec. But I'm now going to start adding some layers, just mixing and like listening individually. So let's listen to the keys now. Might be the same story here. Ooh, interesting. Hear that? Okay, so something's gone wrong on this oboe line. So it can't play this note. It's outside of its range. So bring that back down. There's also something else happening. Listen. Hear that? I need to find, is that the oboe that's the issue or the piano? I can hazard a guess and say it's probably the piano if it's using that same line that we knew there was an issue on. Remember, we was just sketching in the last session, so it's fine that there's some issues, but fix that. I think so from this section here onwards, it's probably going to be more of this, to be honest. So I'm going to paste that over. Just need to trim it at the cut points. Paste that over. Let's have a quick listen. Got the bass line in there as well. Interesting. So already that sounds better. It's still a little bit dissonant sounding because I think what happens is the oboe stops and then repeats it. Hear that? Instead of it repeating, it then goes back on itself, so you can actually see it. So it goes bum, bum, bum. Very out of tune, I know. And then back down. So that's a mistake when I've wrote that. But can I make it work? Because it does make it interesting. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I know it sounds a little bit dissonant because it's something new. It's like another little layer, but I think if they don't have it, it's then too much of the same. So let's listen then to that. Let's keep listening to the piano on its own. Just because it picks up a bit in velocity, I think. Yep, it does. As you can see here, going this lovely colour. I mean, I'm happy that it jumps up a bit, but a little bit too much of a jump up. Try again. someone might be sat there thinking, okay, why on earth do that in the first place? If you're going to start mixing something and mastering and doing all this stuff, if you can fix the problem at the source, it makes everything way easier. It's like if you have a bad vocal take. Well, if you had a bad vocal take, you just tell the vocalist, right, can you just redo it, or let's go again, right? With the view I'm MIDI and composing is, well, I am the composer, so I can either play it back in myself or just edit it and fix it, you know. This is where, though, you need to be careful, because the boundaries between being a musician and a producer and a composer and all these things start getting blurry, because very quickly, let's say I went to play this live. I mean, I did play a lot of it live in the other session, but let's say something happens with this track. It's popular and someone wants me to play it live then. I'm making it potentially harder to be a real musician because I'm overproducing and overcorrecting myself. So it's a very slippery slope. For the sake of mixing and mastering, I'm honestly not precious about it because let's be real, I'm not going to go performing and touring the world and stuff, even if something were to ever happen, because I just can't. So I'm really not that fussed. But some people have this almost like ethical dilemma with not over quantizing and overcorrecting music, because at the end of the day, you can make something sound overproduced, and then you either set someone up to fail when they go and perform it live because they can never replicate it, or yeah, there's lots of different things. So not fussy, not fussy about it in this instance, but it's just something to be aware of. Like, I sometimes keep mistakes in there for just to make it sound human. Get rid of that double. Fix this bit. We can recycle that note here. Listen to that. Yep. I think it's like that. I honestly can't remember. Might be that way. There we go. It's a very unique piano sound. I don't particularly like it that much, I'll be honest. Like, you know, I'm used to my lovely Nord sounds and stuff, but the quality of it fits this quite well. So yeah, that's going to work. Let's just listen to that final section. Something's been cut off there. Get the harp going as well. I think I've done it one too many. Yep. Not really adding that much, but it just kind of adds some upper stuff there. Let's get rid of this. Cool. So let's listen to those three sections together then and make sure they're all balanced, because they all start together and finish together. Lots of other stuff happening behind this, but You know what? I think balance-wise, they all work quite well together. So I'm not going to spend any more time on that because I think they work well. Like, I could improve it, but for the sake of just listening and mixing it, it's fine. So then let's listen to some other string stuff that's happening. So I'll listen to the strings on their own. To be honest, the balance is mostly there. It's a couple, like, it's off by a tiny, tiny bit. So the thing that's throwing it is this instrument here, which is a Cremona Quartet instrument. Let me just, there we are. So I think I took some of the layers out of this anyway, because it was a little bit harsh sounding. Yeah, like the dynamics are maxed on this. I'm pretty sure it changes as the... Yeah, so you'll see here. It's not bad sounding, it's just a little bit too harsh. So what I could do is just bring it down in the mix. Rather than EQing it and bringing it down, the kind of harsh, yes, there's no EQ on that at all. So I'm going to put a quick low pass on it. High pass, high pass, high pass. About 50 hertz. Not going to do any harm on it. But if I bring it down in the mix, all the really harsh stuff actually makes it poke through. So if I do this now. You know, that's a good 2-3 decibel reduction, but actually it's still got presence. So, and all the other stuff that I don't like just sits lower. So it's that's a problem. So let's mute that as a tester. As well, ignore that. So I think we just need a bit more out of some of these leader lines here. So I can solo this section here. We'll ignore the bass because the bass is pretty overpowering, not gonna lie. And let's just they're very quiet. Why is it so quiet, I wonder? That's why. So brought that one up a bit, changed the mic position on it just so it sounds a little bit different. That one's fine. Now, what I'd like to do is if I've got two similar instruments, so this is BBC Symphony Orchestra Pro. The beauty of it is you get to change the mic positions. If I've got a cello and then a cello leader, I normally make one mix 2 and a close, and then the other one mix 1, because it gives it a different sound quality, and it makes it sound like it's another instrument, when theoretically, well, it is another instrument and another set of samples, but just listen to... Bit too much vibrato going on. All right, let's re-listen. Oh, we got an audio dropout, it's fine. First one of the day. Happy with that. A little bit more character on those lines, so that now when I reintroduce these other two lines, what we should see, hopefully, is a bit more kind of unison. Only thing there needs to be is a little bit more expression, because it's pretty much just sat maxed out like this. Let's see what the modulation looks like as well. Yeah, that wouldn't be a thing. So this is going to be a complex one. I'm just going to scale it down. Like, there's far too much attack there, because you'd be going up. Like, you know, you have to think of each stroke as it comes in and out. So I almost need to re-record the modulation stuff on that. I'll have a think. For the time being, it works, so. Bring them all down. I may continue that line, but it sounds lovely. So that's just the strings. All right, let's then take that off and let's listen to the brass on its own. Not really many lines going on here, but just make sure there's nothing weird going on. I can already see there's something weird over here. See what this is. Get rid of that. Bit of bottom end. Okay. Something strange happens here. Let's have a listen to this. It's a funny little, like, burp, just trump of a horn. Again, the modulation's just whacked out. I don't really want to have to re-record the expression on these, but it's fine. We'll look at that in a minute. Okay, so it's not that one that has an issue. It must be one of these two. This one. Well, that can get binned off. Done. Let's hide that as a track. Cool. Let's try again. And that should be much cleaner sounding, hopefully. I like the little last, one of them goes slightly off, and I quite like that. I don't like this little movement here. So I'm thinking just extend this. Nope, wrong notes. I might make all three of these brass. One plays this, one plays that, and the other plays that. Let's see what that does. I'm supposed to be mixing this, but yeah, I feel like just going to duplicate that, so I've got a copy of it. And then what did it say? Let's make this one the long notes down there. That can be that one. Then I think it's this one. Yeah. Try this. Interesting. Yeah, not fun. Worth it. This one might work though. And then keep the sustained notes. There's a little toot still. Where's the toot come from? Pretty loud, that, isn't it? Proper, like, bam, out of nowhere. So have a listen. Can't be that, surely. Okay, try again. Wow. God, that's maddening. I'm going to have to go through line by line. I'm just going to loop. Let's loop this section here. I think it was this bit. Why on earth is it? That's just another track. I reckon there's a hidden track. Show all tracks. Gotta be another track somewhere. Where that's playing on. Has to be. Try again. Strange little gremlin. Yeah. There we are. Stupid. Sorry. Alright, let's have a full listen then. And then I will key change it, just so my ears don't get bored. Well, it's not that they're bored, but you get ear fatigue from listening. Just see how healthy the stream's looking. It's still working, this is good. Right, I need to fix that piano. So if I go on this MIDI note here, I think the sustain just needs to cut off. Nope, must be something else going on there. Ah, yeah. Again. There we are. So if you can fix stuff at the source, rather than trying to, you know, mix and master stuff that's got loads of like source issues. And, you know, if that was rendered audio instead or an actual live artist, you know, the challenges become different, but then you can start fading bits of audio in and manipulating that. So the question for me now is, do I want to add some more to it? It feels like it's pulling me in another direction. Let's listen to the woodwind before I do anything else. I'll get distracted otherwise. I like this line. Now this section here is a little bit flat, not gonna lie. So what I'm thinking is, if I get some woodwind involvement from, say, here, just to kind of increase the texture and development of it. So I could probably play about with this a little bit more. So I'm going to duplicate it. So I've got a line. And I'm going to put something... Oh, there's a bass clarinet up there as well. So make sure that's being used. And again, it's just adding really subtle layers of texture. And instead of it just following it, I could make it go on a little journey here. So what's going on? So I could do a little bit of like interplay between the two bass lines. Let's have a little think. Think let's not do it on the bass, but let's do it on like the flute or something, because it might just be too distracting on the lower register. This is now following the piano melody. Get rid of some of this, it's fine. And then this note here could be legato one instead. And then can speed it up a bit maybe. Do 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 do. It's kind of more following the oboe line then, isn't it? I'll sort the velocities out, isn't it? This is a bit too basic, that bit. Might turn into triplets or something. So if these end up being triplets... But it would have to be a little bit quicker, so like over there, I think. Not going to work, but let's try it. No, I didn't think it would. It's because we've got too many different patterns of rhythms and stuff, so it's just like... Okay, so let's listen to the rest of it. I feel like that needs to come in a bit earlier, you know. Let's listen to it with the plucks underneath. Ooh, yeah, so like, this is good. You've got like, this lovely little secondary melody. It's telling like its own little story. Okay, so same thing, but we'll do the cor anglais, wherever that's gone. Nothing going on that, I don't think. This was supposed to be a mixing session, I do apologise, but it'll be worth it, I think. Alright, get rid of that. So, let's bring that down here. So this is if it was just doubled up. So instead of it following it, I kind of want to offset it. So we'll nudge it. See, you got this little call response going, but it's very weak at the moment, so that's what we could do. I'm not sure cor anglais is good. See, that works better straight away because it's got really short release on it. Like that. Oh. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. So it goes bum 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 bum. This could instead go the like downwards. Da 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 da. Tricky, 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 tricky. Okay, so let's do the full thing together from the intro. almost too much, to be honest. I think, I'll be honest, I'm going to have to chop that out and just mute it because it's just too much. I think the simplest things, like this, just worked. Get rid of some of that bottom. Right, I think it's pretty close to being done, that. Presuming I decide to end it there. And be pulled somewhere else with that ending. So it's kind of like, I mean, that is close to 40 bars of music. Just trying to do a rough count on it. It's just over a minute of music. So, not bad for a couple of hours work, you know, with literally no inspiration from the get-go. Let me then change the key of it. So I'm going to transpose the entire piece and then kind of see if I get any new inspiration. So we're going to go down to, see what that sounds like. Like the piano, don't like the rest of it. Sounds lovely, but I know I've nailed what I need to when I've got the kind of like hair standing up on the back of my neck. I'm not quite there. I'm close, but I think what I need to do is the bass string section down here needs to be doing a little bit of following those drums and going bum 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 on the staccato section. So let's try another key just in case. I think this is the same key. Might not be. I mean, that's great. I've got no sound coming out of the keyboard. Oh, now I do. Playing too high. So maybe I need to key switch them. So that rather than playing this pizzicato thing, they play like a staccato. I'll have a think. It'll come to me, hopefully. So what I'm hearing is, but instead of, I'm going to need to write some stuff in. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to duplicate these rather than having to write some automation in. Oops. Stupid. And I will call these staccato versions. It's very lazy, but stack. And then what I can do is on my controller, what you'll see is this here will change to staccato. It should. Oh, I've disabled the, try again. I don't know why that's not changing, rather annoyingly. Curious. Let's see why that's not working another time. Okay, so if I try playing the same thing then. Oh no, don't be doing that. No, 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 it's crashing. Give it a second. It's having a crash out. I'm gonna just disconnect the stream deck very quick. Because I feel like it's reading lots of inputs from something. Oh, don't be like this, please. Well, whilst that does its thing, I may as well... Oh, apparently my microphone is muted, but has no signal, that's a lie. Right, I'm going to be right back a sec whilst this has its little hissy fit, and yeah, I'll be wrapping up shortly. Right, apologies. My project has completely crashed. It's took my system out with it, which is annoying because this is quite a new system. But yeah, these things happen sometimes, especially when you're live streaming. So I'm going to wrap it up there. And yeah, I will hopefully post the finished thing when I do decide to finish it on here, alongside obviously the videos of it being made and stuff. Yeah, whoever watches the VODs, thank you very much. Whoever's been lurking and watching, thank you very much as well. And yeah, if you like what you see, you know what to do. Otherwise, yeah, have a lovely rest of the day whenever you are. See you later.